Good afternoon, America. Good afternoon, citizens. Time now is 11:33 a.m. and it's September the 9th, 2025. And it's Tuesday. I want to talk a little bit about something which has come to my attention, and I wish to enable the listeners to understand what I'm about to say. And I wish for you to understand the times that we are living in. You know, I always endowed myself with knowing the history of the human civilization and the biblical and philosophical religious aspects of our human lives and culture. And I have been doing quite a bit of research. For instance, I'm going to talk a little bit about the one man, one tyrant, and a perspective time and frame of ancient days. And I want to talk about Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh, as of recent times, since 2023, had just been dug up from Iraq. And I want to talk a little bit about this, as it's a mysterious sequence of events which led up to the Iraqi war. There have been talk about certain artifacts, certain antiquities and writings and so forth concerning the resurrection of life. Now, this had been conveyed through many centuries and civilizations, even Egyptian culture and Egyptian medicine and religious aspects of Egypt talked all about resurrection, the resurrection of human life. That's why many of the pharaohs were mummified, along with some of their belongings and their inner organs saved into jars. This is all sound gross and horrible to many a human being, but I want to talk to you about Nimrod, essentially. See, Nimrod was an occultic figure. He created the Tower of Babel to reach the heavens and shoot an arrow into the sun, believing it was the god of the universe, the sun god. Besides the point that he thought there was, his belief was that it was the creator of all of the universe. But that's not what I'm about to talk about here. You see, besides Nimrod being king of Babylon and of the Tower of Babel, where all of the nations at the time, or the peoples of the time, civilizations of that time, had their respective idol worships, different idols and entities which they believed in, religions which they believed in, occultic practices, pagan practices, and other practices. But they considered themselves slave owners, the Babylonians, as they conquered the world there in their era. They took upon themselves slaves so they can build their infrastructure. But that is not what I'm about to talk about. I'm talking about the digging up of the body of Gilgamesh or Nimrod. Nimrod is an occultic idol in this day and time, in this era, in our latter days. Apparently he has been dug up and as you would say, as I would call it, he has been cloned or resurrected in one way or another. We have the technology of it at the present time. It sounds fantastic and amazing, but the trend and the facilities and the enablement of creating such a how would you say, such a scientific breakthrough is possible. We have talked about this for many centuries. The resurrection of human bodies, either cloning or, like in the story of Frankenstein, piecing together the human body. And if I can recall the story of Osiris in Egypt, in which Isis basically pieced together Osiris and resurrected this this king of or pharaoh of Egypt, because she was missing him, or she was looking for him. She had wondered where he had gone. He had been murdered, and his body was tossed throughout Egypt in many lands. So she searched the whole land just to find out where Osiris was located, or his body parts were. The point is that she put them together again, the story goes. And the legend of the story of Osiris, who was known as a god of resurrection. Now this is, like I've said, it sounds very fantastic. But the occultic practitioners believe in all of this in individual philosophies. I want to point out this respective character, Nimrod, as he was the first tyrant on the planet Earth, and also a hunter and a strategist. He was a very cruel tyrant. But I'm going to point out as well that Nimrod has been idolized to a point in his 18 feet tall structure to be the man called in the future the Antichrist, because of his demeanor and his ways and managing of human civilization as he did in Babylon. That is why you see so much thought and process and thinking and learning and trying to figure out why and how Nimrod operated during his era and age. There is the unequivocal thought among those respective, how would you say, mysterious societies that wish to create a new world order on this planet. So let's place this all in one bowl, as I would say, in a fish bowl. You place a character like Nimrod in this day and age, and he will turn this world into a chaotic, malevolent world, as he was a very evil king and tyrant, causing many to die, many to be enslaved, and many to be killed. Now remember what I have said. Antichrist will come in after a long tenure of isolation and hidden ways. I am sure that he has been indoctrinated. If he's presently on earth, as I've said, resurrected. And remember the story of Jesus, the resurrection of Jesus, where that story came from. There has never been any place on this planet, anywhere in writing, that resurrection has never been talked about since it started way back in Samaria. Now I want to continue this conversation because I want to emphasize something, and I'm going to talk about Donald J. Trump. You see, with Donald J. Trump, there is a pause, and I've noticed in my research that the evil that men do on this planet is not because Donald J. Trump did it. The evil that is being done on this planet is because there are elitists, power elitists. There are three groups of prospective men on this planet. Some of them, we have them in America. Some of them in Israel. One especially in Israel, who is currently alive and is doing his wears and tears against Gaza. But then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 who are extremely rich and wealthy gentlemen. And there is no Trump in those three groups, nowhere to be seen. Trump is not in the equation. So I want to clear the air for the matter of Trump. Now, if a man is accused of something, it's because it has been contrived against him to destroy him, to belittle him, to get him out of the way. I am not a participant of any political party, and I do not want to be part of any political party, knowing what I know. But I will say to you, America, trust the man in Donald J. Trump. We are not perfect as human beings. Only Jesus was perfect, and only God is good. Understand what I'm saying to you. Jesus himself said, "Why do you call me good? I am not good." He says, there is only one good, and that is God. Remember what I have said. We are all imperfect. And so, like Jesus said, if you have no fault, cast the first stone. So I urge you, you see the man before you, Donald J. Trump, give him everything in your backing. Back him up as President of the United States of America. He will lead you to the place you need to go. But in the same sense, watch over him. And I will also say to Donald J. Trump, you're chosen for a purpose, Donald J. Trump. There's a purpose for you to be President of the United States of America. You have been told this many times, but I'm going to confirm it for you, to you. You have been chosen for a purpose. Don't let them get to you. Don't let the evil on this planet get to you. And as you've done so far, pray fervent prayers and have others who are with you join with you in prayer. As for the White House, it is an evil place. There has been, I would say, let's place this on the table. Before this time is out, the snake that is in the White House will be rebuked and cast out. Trust what I say, Donald J. Trump. And as for America, protect your families and protect your children. Protect the innocent. What is to come? And we will all go through this. But there will be a time when we'll all end and a great awakening will arise. Civilizations will be at peace. But these days are times of troubles. And we must stand firm and stand strong as a people. Pray consistently for the God who created you is listening. Be well. God bless all of you.